Newly revealed declassified information suggests a state actor may have been behind Georgescu's campaign.
France's Prime Minister will submit his resignation to the country's president after being ousted by a no-confidence vote in Parliament.
Violent demonstrations carried out for a sixth night in a row on Wednesday in Georgia's capital, Tbilisi. Protesters showed no sign of backing down amid water cannons and arrests by riot police. The opposition is calling for new elections following the October 26 vote, which has been labelled as fraudulent. The election that returned Georgian Dream to power was also criticised by President Salome Zurabishvili. The ruling party's latest decision to pause EU accession has worsened the situation.
Opposition parties in South Korea submitted a motion on Wednesday to impeach President Yoon Suk-yeol after he imposed a martial law. The law was lifted just hours after the president announced it, following mass protests and parliament opposition. Lawmakers that had managed to defy security forces and enter parliament unanimously voted against the law. Impeaching Yoon would require the support of 2/3 of the parliament and the backing of at least 6 constitutional court judges. Voting is set for Friday or Saturday. Calls are also mounting for members of Yoon's cabinet to resign. If Yoon is impeached, he'll be stripped of his constitutional powers until the court can rule on his fate.
The Romanian political scene in battle's second round of the presidential elections have been thrown in disarray by the Romanian presidency decision to unseal the intelligence agencies' reports indicating a foreign interference in the elections in favor of far-right candidate Călin Georgescu. Romania's Foreign Intelligence Service states in the released documents that Romania is the target of aggressive hybrid actions by the Russian Federation. The dramatic move by the Romanian state to release the National Security Council's secret documents showed that major sums of money together with an elaborate foreign operation on social media influencing lead to the unexplained rise of the obscure extremist candidate Călin Georgescu. The secret documents from 3 Romanian intelligence agencies details that 797 TikTok accounts created in 2016 for Georgescu and left dormant were activated to maximum capacity 2 weeks before the elections. Telegram accounts created in 2022 coordinated the TikTok and offer operations in favor of Călin Georgescu, who called himself an independent candidate with zero campaign spending. The documents, which list a wide array of show that 1 million euros were mobilized by foreign state actors to drive Georgescu's campaign, and the TikTok allegedly confirmed that it received over 300,000 euros from Călin Georgescu campaign. But Georgescu always maintained that he did not spend 1 euro for his campaign, which opens the door to allegation and investigation of illegal campaign financing. The major question following now is the fate of the second round of the presidential elections, the light of these revelations. For Euronews, Andreea Gurban.
Barely in and already out, French Prime Minister Michel Barnier will formally resign to French President Emmanuel Macron on Thursday morning, following a no-confidence motion which toppled his government the night before.
Le Premier ministre doit remettre au président de la République la démission du gouvernement. Les travaux de l'Assemblée nationale sont ajournés.
Barnier pushed through the 2025 budget without parliamentary approval, saying it was necessary amid deep political divisions. Yet the proposed austerity budget only deepened those divisions and inflamed tensions.
Encore une fois, je le regrette, M. Barnier, il suffisait qu'il accepte notamment de ne pas désindexer les retraites, de ne pas taper sur les retraités pour que cette situation n'existe pas.
Both the left and right wing of France's National Assembly united in favour of Wednesday's no-confidence vote.
Cette réalité, elle reste là. Et écoutez-moi bien, elle ne disparaîtra pas par l'enchantement d'une motion de censure. La motion de censure rendra...
French President Emmanuel Macron will speak Thursday evening in an attempt to set a course at a time of rare political uncertainty.
Chancellor Olaf Scholz battled questions from German MPs in the Bundestag on Wednesday, ahead of the vote of confidence that the Chancellor has called for December the 16th. Scholz has drawn the line at sending German soldiers into Ukraine after the foreign ministers suggested that peacekeeping troops could be stationed in a demilitarised zone if a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine was agreed. The Chancellor was grilled about the shrinking economy, which has continued to deteriorate over the past 3 years, while Scholz has been in power due to repercussions stemming from COVID and Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, which have arguably been outside the government's control. While Scholz said that he would continue to work on policies over the next couple of months ahead of the vote scheduled for February, it's clear that he's already in full election campaign mode. Liv Stroud in Berlin for Euronews.
It's quite a commotion for a former EU Justice Commissioner to be subject to an investigation by the Belgian authorities for money laundering. Didier Reynders is suspected of having bought tickets of the National Lottery, for which he was responsible during his term as finance minister, and transferring the laundered profits to his private account. Could these alleged misdeeds undermine the credibility of the European institutions?
Is the commissioner responsible for justice and the rule of law? So if he is implicated in money laundering or illegal activity, that would be a particular blow. On the other hand, he is now out. There is a new commission that started its work just this Monday. So it's also a bit, in a way, the problem is already solved as far as the EU institutions are concerned.
As Justice Commissioner from 2019 to 2024, Reynders led the fight back against democratic decline in Hungary and Poland, during which EU funds for these countries were temporarily suspended.
W poprzedniej kadencji pracowałam w Komisji LIBE. Wielokrotnie na niej stawał komisarz Reynders, który powielał fake newsy na temat rzekomo łamanej praworządności w Polsce, domagał się blokowania środków dla Polski. Dzisiaj ja jako Polka i ludzie w Polsce odbierają sytuację Reyndersa jako swoisty chichot historii.
The allegations span a period of several years and date back to his time as Belgian Federal Minister for Finance and later for Foreign Affairs. The investigation was opened last year, but the authorities waited with their raids until the end of his EU mandate. 5 years ago, a former Belgian intelligence officer accused Reynders of corruption and money laundering in connection with various projects, including arms deals. At the time, the accusations were dismissed for lack of evidence. The European Commission was unaware of the investigation into the alleged money laundering by former European Commissioner Didier Reynders. The Belgian politician was Commissioner for Justice until last Saturday.
So first of all, did you have any indications that Mr. Reynders was engaging in any malpractice during his mandate?
We do not have any further information about this matter. Of course, if the Belgian authorities were to contact us, we are going to collaborate with them.
Reynders still enjoys a certain immunity linked to his former position. If it were to be withdrawn, the decision would be up to the current College of Commissioners.
So, indeed, members of the College are accorded immunity, but solely, only in the interests of the Union. What does that mean? It means that they benefit from immunity for acts performed by them in their official capacity. So it's a functional immunity.
According to French daily Le Soir and investigative platform Follow the Money, Reynders' homes were searched by police on Tuesday, apparently following suspicions that he may be laundering money through the Belgian National Lottery.
Starting this Christmas Eve, the Eternal City will welcome an estimated 35 million pilgrims for the 2025 Jubilee, and Rome is gearing up for the occasion with much of the city transforming into an open-air construction site for the past few months. Monuments are being restored, roads repaired, and pedestrian areas redesigned to prepare for the stream of visitors.
Despite opposition claims that the city is falling behind on numerous projects, Rome's mayor says the city will be ready in time.
Stiamo andando avanti secondo il cronoprogramma, siamo molto fiduciosi e anzi questo sarà un giubileo dove molte opere saranno finite prima.
This will be the second Jubilee led by Pope Francis, following the one in 2015. The central message of the Holy Year is to foster hope and trust. The pontiff has called on clergy and religious orders to lead by example and to help tackle the housing crisis.
Perché la speranza diventino anche dei segni, da quelli più concreti, anche se più difficili, della pace, a quelli nei confronti degli emarginati, dei poveri, dei giovani, degli anziani, degli ammalati, di tutti coloro che hanno bisogno di speranza.
The Jubilee will officially begin with the opening of the Holy Door at St. Peter's Basilica. Over the following days, the doors of Rome's major basilica will also open and will remain so until the end of the celebrations.